Alright, so after I left off, I got all the new lines in. I got the new condenser in. But one thing I forgot to tell you, when you got through and you were going to put these clips right here to hold this right here, these clips, you got to take off your old condenser, take them off. It's kind of a drag to get them off, but you'll be able to get them off. Put your mind to it. And you got to put them on your new one. And it just plugs, it just plug in. After cleaning up a little bit, got this. This is probably the refrigeration line I'm going to change. Not today, but on another day. But I got the lines button in. I got the transmission lines, 1 and 2 back in right here, 1 and 2. And then this is the coolant line. And down there at the bottom down here, right here is the second cooling line. Everything is back together. Here in a minute, we're going to put the refrigeration in, and you're probably going to have to add a quart, maybe 2 of transmission fluid to get it back in. But I'll get it back in here in just a bit on the next part when I stop. These for the transmission lines. These little plastic rivets right here, they're to protect and keep these in. When you take the other ones off, you're going to run into these little pieces right here. You're going to need a hooked, ice pick tool to get them out. And I saved them because I didn't know if they were in there already when you got the new one, but the new ones are in here already. So when you push these in, you're going to push them in until they click. And when they click, sorry about that. When they click here, right in there, in this little piece right there, they're going to click. And that's how you know they're in, because the line won't come back out. And then you just put the cap back on until it clicks. That's just to keep those clips in place, which they'll stay in place, but that's just to help it out just that much more. So I'm going to button it all back up, and then I'll continue this video here in just a bit to show you when I'm where we put the cooling line and everything else. I mean the refrigerant back in to get everything running so that you can get cold air back in your vehicle. And again, thanks for watching. I hope I helped answer some questions, because I was stumped when I got through doing this. I looked it up on how much it would cost for me to go from Chrysler to everywhere else. Chrysler wanted, what was it? Chrysler wanted, I believe, around $1,500 or so, somewhere in that ballpark range, maybe 16, maybe 14, but it wasn't, they wanted that much to change this out. It's a couple hours job, something me and my son sat and do. He's 4, had him helping me out with it. But that's how much money you save. The part itself is $170, and all you're doing is spending your time to get it back together and button it back up to get your stuff back running the way you want it to run. And you don't need no special tool, because all I used was these right here. Cobalt is my brand, but I used a 14, a 10, and 5.5 to get those bolts off. You don't need no special tools really. You just need to have common sense to know what you're doing. If you don't have common sense, then you ain't got no business even trying to attempt some shit like this, because common sense will cost you, as they say, 170 will get you 2,000. So just have common sense when you're doing it. Know what you're doing. You got a few different little bolts. Just little things to remember, and make sure that you have everything that you have to button everything up. Me myself, I'm heavy-handed, so I tend to break these little plastic rivets, these little plastic bolts. Like right here, here's one, because there's no hole. There's a hole here, and it's here. You can go to AutoZone, O'Reilly's, wherever you choose to go, and they'll have them, the little rivets there. I'll show you. You know, if you tend to break them like I do, they'll have, you know, the little rivets there. You know what I'm saying? Some of them are going to be look like that. Some of them are going to be like this. They have them there, you know what I mean, so you can button them up. I only broke one out of the whole thing, which is amazing, because I so expected to break all of them. You know, I hate them. I can't stand them. You know what I mean? And it just makes the job that much longer. You know what I mean? To try to get that stuff off. So again, I'll continue this video when I'm done and let you know how it goes and show you everything when it's done.